It's one of those where we're just chatting. Yeah, you already farted? Sick.
I'm
a little, dude, I'm not gonna lie, not super hungover, but like a little bit. Like I was just, I mean, you probably heard Diego.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Are we recording?
Yeah, so it's crazy, man.
What happened? What's going on?
So, not yesterday, day before, Brian DeLumpa.
Yeah.
He texted me and said something like Diego, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was all
it?
over my timeline and in my Instagram feed.
Where the hell is his thing? Anyways, he texted me with no context. He didn't say what happened.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So I've known that they've been, they like to party and have fun and whatnot. So I thought, oh, maybe he like got arrested.
Yeah, you never think the worst.
I was like, oh man, what did the boys do? And then I later, because I was like half asleep and I went back to sleep, woke up, and then I looked and I was like, you've got to be kidding.
Yeah, because all your friends were posting at that time,
dude.
right?
I was like, man, are you kidding me? You got Kyle Pavone and then now Diego. So I don't know what's actually happened.
We don't know.
But
we could assume the worst on. There's a few different avenues, and neither one of them are good.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if they'll put out anything. They might just be like, doesn't need to be.
Yeah, this isn't TMZ. You don't need to get into details. It's more like honoring. All right, talk to me.
How about that?
Danny's mad.
That fucking Kobe thing where that's how the family found out.
I don't know what
TMZ broke news first before the police.
Yeah, because they're just so good at their job. Unfortunately,
dude, it sucks. But it's like, do you have no decency?
I know, but. Oh, Kobe Bryant. I thought we were in the music industry. Oh, yeah, Kobe.
Oh, no, just really quick. Well, you mentioned TMZ,
no, the Kobe Bryant thing is the
the
perfect example where the internet is quicker than the system.
It's like, imagine finding out via
tweet.
Like a tweet or on the news or something. Or I bet you what happened is it passed away, TMZ broke news, and people were probably texting the wife.
People trying to figure it out.
And then, we're asking questions. So
it's insane. Death is a weird thing.
So I hope that, just for the sake of their loved ones, that they found out first rather than
I hope it was handled
land goat or whatever it's called. Is that what it is?
Is that the TMZ?
Is that the
I think
it's land goat?
Metal injection. But sending love to all those people. And then if you are struggling, depression sucks, alcohol sucks, drugs suck. Like, you got to reach out. I know it's the hardest thing to do, but there'll be more on that.
Yeah, it's never an easy thing to talk about.
Well, the funny part was that they just announced that they're like coming back, and he wasn't in the band anymore. And then 2 days, you would never expect 2 days later that
left a week ago.
I know that
or something.
Luckily, it seemed like it was on good terms for the most part.
I think they came out with when he did leave, because he's a massive producer.
Yeah. I think 5 Characters played with them. I know that you were on tour with them. You did videos. I think there's clips of our music video and their music video. Remember the spider?
Yeah, the Edge of the Earth. They're one of their big songs.
Yeah.
We did a live thing, and that was my cement tour. And I used the spider.
I told my girlfriend, I was like, that's B-roll from our...
Yeah.
So that's my connection.
Diego.
Sorry, I didn't tweet about it though.
Why can't I find it? Yeah, platinum, 2-time Latin Grammy Award-winning producer and mixer.
So who knows that about the dude?
The people that go on his Instagram, I guess.
That's sick, though.
So I don't know.
How's his brother? Are you talking to them
anymore?
No,
I haven't.
Just give him some
sure it's rough.
Yeah.
So ever since I heard it was just jamming all the records.
Do, yeah. So get their Spotify plays up.
Yeah, I know, right? Fuck.
And listen to the Toddcast.
Right? Yeah. Fuck. So, okay.
Great intro.
I know, right? Fuck. How was that show that
the X-Bar, dude? The number one venue in all the Bay Area?
Place is lit.
Lydia's Titty. You're on a roll today. Pimsicle and Lydia's Titty.
Yeah.
I like hungover. Danny.
I think I just listened to too much Chris D'Elia or Thea Vaughn or something, the way they
all have
talk.
their little,
Chris D'Elia, one of his episodes was named like Looby Boobies.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like,
whatever works.
So like some of
bro
these,
culture,
like I think
man. I'm trying to get you away from that.
I know, right? One of my podcasts, I think I named it. It was a solo one that didn't do really well, but like Versace ice tray.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
I'll sell that on eBay.
Well, did you hear that one at all?
No, I heard your first one and Brittany, what's her name?
Haggerty.
Yeah, so like I knew her
Okay.
from back in the day.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Like that whole like, was it Assemble the Skyline or whatever that band was?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Nick,
and then
which is crazy.
Nick,
'cause I never heard
Austin, all those dudes. Yeah, that was like who would we stay with when we'd go to LA? Like, I've slept in Brittany's room, not with her, but like we used to crash there with her roommate Brianna, and she just had like a bunch of Justin Bieber like posters up. And this is when she first like started like working with like Sleeping with Sirens, and I think that was like your first time too. Like, just it was funny watching you guys all kind of. This is 5 characters, and like before we made them, like around when we met, like Austin and Meissen met. So this is like probably the beginning. This is Monster Energy days.
Oh,
2011. I don't know, when was 5 characters like a thing?
Well, here, let's see here. 5, dude, the longest.
When we did a video.
Man.
So for those of you listening, Danny did our one and only video.
So 7 years ago.
Okay.
Please don't play it.
2013.
Okay.
No,
2012.
probably 12. Yeah.
So I remember one of the tours that I went. So I did a Warped Tour, but also the one that stands out the most is I did a tour with Jeffree Star in 2012.
Yeah,
so that's how I catalog things. I'm like,
yeah, because he hangs out with that camp too.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how when I met Jeffree Star?
No.
Okay. I was like, what's this guy? I think he's Jeffree Star or something. And all my friends were like, that was Jeffree Star. We were both wearing Ugg boots. He was not impressed.
Oh my! You were wearing Ugg boots?
I was wearing Ugg boots.
I honestly kind of want to get a pair.
I'm from Pacifica, bro. We wear.
What does that even
today.
mean? Like, how does that? Like,
So Pacifica.
How does that relate to
NorCal
make that
hoodie?
Okay?
NorCal hoodie, shorts, and Ugg boots. That's the Pacifica uniform.
Dude.
Yeah.
No, but I want a pair of like some just loafing around the house.
Yeah.
Uggs. Maybe not like the shin high, but like they
you can just do whatever you want.
Let's see here.
Are you rocking the Crocs yet with the
No,
fleece on
but
the side?
I want to get like a legit pair of Crocs.
So I got a pair of like white Crocs from Ross, and I haven't taken them off since, except for today.
Men's
I had to work.
Slippers. Yeah, like the Tasman slip-ons right here, dude. Ooh. Or not the I don't like that line up the middle, but
I can dig it.
Going back with the Versace ice chair in my solo podcast thing, I was thinking like, why don't name like Louis Vuitton, if I'm even saying, is it whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Burberry, all those things.
Yeah.
Like, why don't they get into like the kitchen food industry? Like, imagine a
they're
Louis
run by
Vuitton
boomers.
Stroop waffle.
Yeah.
With the monogram. Burberry making some blueberry fucking muffins.
Burberry.
I
can mess with that.
But and I think in that I was talking about like the sexy ass like commercial that's like 10 seconds long of just this nice slow motion blueberry muffin that looks just moist.
Then it says,
and then it's
brought to you by
Burberry.
Show don't tell. Did they teach you that in school?
And the wrapping is the Burberry hat, you get the scarf hat. That's I couldn't even describe it when I was.
They need to hire you to do this.
But the tant with the lines and whatever.
Yeah.
But $100 for fucking Uggs?
Not good.
No, these are 90. So, dude, I can put 90 towards something better. Like, I'd rather put $90 into promoting a podcast.
And feeling good. Oh, I thought you said you were gonna get the Uggs and then build content around it for your podcast to justify buying the Uggs. That's what I do. I'll show you the way. Wait till I come back to Instagram.
Well, let's just get this podcast popping so it can just buy me my own pair of Uggs.
Y'all know me.
See, okay, so
same
they're
OG.
$90. We'll call it 100. So I'm $95 away.
So after this episode, you'll probably be negative. So I'll donate at least $15 towards Danny's Ugg fund.
I have to start. Oh yes,
cool.
If there were like actual real things. Like out on like what are those sites called? A GoFundMe.
Oh yeah.
I would legit probably be like,
hook it up.
Get Danny a pair of Uggs.
Yeah.
Like,
but then something bad will happen in the world, and people are like,
look at this.
What does Danny
asshole.
think he's doing?
I know, right? Like,
but
I'm trying to keep
bad
my
shit
toes
happens every
warm.
day. Good shit happens every day, and Danny's toes are cold.
Oh, twinkle toes.
Anyway, to answer your long story short, X Bar was dope. Shout out to Pinup.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Shout out to Midnight Management. I gotta give it up to Casey, who's just holding it down for Pinup. I don't know if people remember,
Pinup is
but
still a thing.
Yeah, so
I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No, it's fine, but I think we met. I don't think Spotty.
Does he still have
Spotty
spots?
Bromance. No, I think Joel and like that generation are kind of like the godfathers of the scene now, where they can kind of help guide. But Casey was just awesome and super cool. So he added us last minute to the Brian Shields memorial show, and we're just trying to get our wings underneath us and just start kind of trying shit out. So it was perfect for us. So yeah, X-Bar was cool. Thanks for coming by.
How many bands? It was like a little
17. I don't
17.
know. No, I think it was a lot. It was a fest, quote unquote. But
yeah. Did you guys get free bowling?
We did not, but we asked about that. We put it on our rider. But
what? So what did you have on your rider? Like, what's your rider?
Ecstasy.
Wait. Oh my god. This music sounds so good.
Ecstasy.
So wait, did you guys play the new stuff at all, or you just play it?
Yeah. So we play the full EP, which is 11 minutes, and then since we've seen you in the studio, we've added another 4 or 5 songs onto the set. So if you come watch us, you're getting a taste of the second EP. We have 3 EPs already.
Yeah, I remember you talking.
So it's cool, man. I've never been a part of a band that had so much material just ready to go.
Just ready to.
Yeah. So yeah, new material, old material to us, new to everyone else. But yeah, we're excited
because you're just cycling through at that point.
But yeah, the guys are just Gino, Scott, and Devin. If you're listening, I love you guys, and they're just great people, good dudes. Same thing, and like the most talented musicians I've ever worked with.
Yeah, I would say they're pretty.
Yeah, you were in there. You got the footage, bro.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Are you still shopping?
No, I should though. I feel like that's another thing I want to do. Like,
make like a shop.
So, yeah, like I'll just go on and like start shopping or something. That'd be cool. That's like maybe something to do when I like start filming. It's like shopping or like retail therapy with me.
You gotta be dangerous though, man.
But just buying stupid shit.
You gotta be careful. It's dangerous. Online shopping.
I'm still on the UGG site.
Do you find yourself getting like a bit of a high as you shop and look for?
It's not good when I have like a couple beers in me though.
Yeah.
Because then I can justify.
Oh yeah. Like I just did, where it's like, oh, just do it to do this. Like,
right?
Yeah.
The one thing that I can't pull the trigger on is the new Apple AirPod Pros.
Talk to me about that. Let's walk through that.
So I have the normal ones, like the
cord
ones. No.
Oh. What do you pour?
Wait,
I have one with a crack in it, but
dude,
yeah, I do.
Step up your game. Oh shit, these are tight. Okay. I'm not gonna buy them, but
oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
Is that Burberry? No,
it should be. Dude, don't even make me go to Burberry right now. Don't make me get a beanie.
Like your soft serve Burberry idea.
No, not soft serve. Blueberry muffins, but
okay.
The idea for Gucci would be a guy on like one of those. Was it like the Mexican trolley carts that goes around and does the elote?
With the bell?
The elote or the Mexican or the. I'm not trying to be like racist or anything, but that's all the ones that they do. Yeah. You don't see a white.
Yeah, the white guys aren't on the hot dogs.
Because they're like, that's hard work.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I'm going to
go to my corporate data entry job.
Gelato by Gucci. And they only have 2 flavors, red and green.
I like it. So
I like a scoop red.
Fast forward, you're going to be a creative art director for one of these companies. Or you're going to
like
buy them and save them.
Oh, there was one. There's a French dessert. I'm going to say this so wrong, but it's like a tarte tatin or something. It's basically an upside down tart.
Okay.
And I forget which brand it was. Oh, wait.
He has a tart.
I have the list right here.
Nice. You were efficient, my friend.
So at first I thought it was Givenchy, but it's Givenchy.
Oh,
so
even better.
Imagine an upside down apple tart by Givenchy.
So just hearing you say that makes my mouth water.
Dude. It's one of the desserts that I want to try and make. I've only baked a few times.
Are you still doing photography now, or are you still Danny Todd the photographer, or are you the podcaster? No. Okay, because I feel like you should just mock this up.
No.
You got to change your email then.
Dude, I need to change my email just in general because
it's the Y mail. I know you're the only one who's like, no.
I wish I should probably.
Well, don't you have your website, like info@DannyTodd? Do you have a website?
I do, but I think I'm gonna go. I'm using Wix.
Okay.
But I think I want to make a change to Squarespace.
I was hoping you were going to say Squarespace
because it just seems a little bit better.
So what I like about Squarespace is it's like super user friendly. You still have to know what you're doing, but they don't like do any ads. It's just you pay a small rate to just get in there.
I just don't like how Wix is weird.
I think Wix wants to be Squarespace.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I think WordPress is the one that does ads, right?
Fuck that WordPress shit. It's like I'm not trying to code.
Yeah, just Squarespace is the truth. Plus, you know how to. Well, you have the content too. Like I've seen people try to build Squarespace sites with like shitty pictures and like stock images, it doesn't work. So it's way easier when you already have.
Yeah, it just looks legit.
The content you need.
Looks legit. Where is that restaurant? You guys own a restaurant, right?
Yeah, so my dad and I actually coming up on 6 years, dude.
What's it called again? Breakers?
Breakers.
I like that name. Is it like
the waves? What were you gonna say? Oh, sorry, you guess.
Are you like close to the water?
Yeah, we're like right. We're about 100 yards away from the Pacific.
Shit. Okay, so it makes sense. It'd be weird if you were like, well,
Pacifica is all the coast.
That's true. I haven't been there in like years.
Come on down, dude.
I don't remember the last time I was there.
Get you a Burberry waffle.
I'm telling, dude. Even just like a pop-up shop where they do it for like 2 days.
This is gonna be all we talk
and they
about.
have just blueberry muffins.
Well, you've seen like
that,
Supreme. You've seen Supreme do the bricks and all that stuff. So it's like,
fuck Supreme, dude.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
But I'm just saying,
Taco
like,
Bell and
it works.
Supreme
It
need to
works.
have a collab where all they have like a pop-up like little taco shop, and all they sell is Supreme tacos.
I love it.
You can't get a non-Supreme, Supreme taco has the sour cream.
And then people are flipping that on eBay.
But the thing is, like, can I get the Supreme taco from Taco Bell, but no sour cream? Like, next.
They won't do it.
No, because it's Supreme taco,
that's
so you
perfect.
have to get it Supreme.
So do you know Pacifica has like one of the only Taco Bell cantinas?
Yeah, it's
You should come down
on the beach.
On the beach, just like Breakers.
And it's great because
we're not on the beach like cantina, but we're pretty close.
I saw it randomly on just Facebook.
Well,
and it
they
was
had,
someone
like-
from like East Coast.
Yeah, it's
posting
it's
a photo of the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you don't even know.
You don't even know.
It's just Cali.
I know.
Come on.
P-Town, baby.
Which is sick. I mean, like, imagine just.
So we're gonna get you some UGG boots. You're gonna come eat some Taco Bell, with or without the sour cream. It's up to you. But it's funny to see influencers like coming to Taco Bell and like taking selfies. And
really?
at
They're
the
doing
cantina,
that?
yeah, it's a big deal.
I knew. I mean, I figured it would be a big deal, but it's like it's so.
They have a DJ there, bro, on Friday and Saturday nights.
Oh, it's the cantina, like the one
yeah.
that. So they turned it into
Turned
the
it
one
into
that
a
has
cantina.
the liquor.
They got the beer that comes up from the bottom, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been there more than I'd like to admit.
Well, I would rather go to a Taco Bell cantina on the water.
Yeah.
Than like a dive bar.
Yeah.
So, dude.
Well, they got the frozen.
You could take a girl on
too.
a date there.
You could take a girl on a date in a lot of places.
You have a lady, right?
I do.
Have you been together?
We've been there.
But okay.
That's like where we go on date nights.
Okay, I was gonna ask. It's different than just going midday or like.
That is a
date
stop
night.
on it. That's like when we're like, oh, let's eat some like shitty good food.
Have you like gotten like somewhat dressed up to go? Like, I'm not talking like suit and tie, but like.
Do I wear my Crocs?
Polo.
Polo like a mofo.
Fresh, like,
old Robby
trim
used to
up
rock
the
the
beard a
polo.
little, like,
yeah, why not?
Get ready, like, pluck the nose hairs.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about doing more events and maybe like a black tie
should.
affair at the Taco Bell, maybe a fundraiser.
Do you think people's have gotten married there? Probably.
So not at that Taco Bell, but right outside of our restaurant.
And then
they
get it catered by Taco Bell.
And I'm an ordained minister, so like, I feel like we have a couple businesses.
Did you get the plaque?
I don't know.
Or not the plaque, but like the certificate.
Yeah.
Did you pay? It was like $60 or something.
Something like that. And I've done 2 weddings so far.
Really?
My best friend Gage in Tahoe. That one was crazy.
Damn.
And then another one. It was a local kid, new family on the way. Didn't have a big budget, and I just did it for free. Just him and his girl, and then like some family members, like out front of the restaurant, and it was awesome. And then they had a kid. They named him after me. No, they didn't, but I thought it would have been a nice gesture.
What a quick lie right there.
Danny got really excited.
Well, I mean,
I feel like maybe a middle name would have been worth it.
Or like a hyphenated middle name.
Yeah, just like
where it's like it never sees the light of day, but you know.
Yeah, but
it's
we
there.
all know it's
like
there.
it's on the birth certificate, and that's how you.
Yeah, like because honestly, like without me, they couldn't have got married. So like,
see, dude, yeah. Now I'm gonna get ordained just so I can be like, hey,
do it.
I could do it right now, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't deserve.
You work on my schedule, bro.
Like, yeah, I'm available. This is my availability.
Yeah.
Like, we want to have the wedding here. Can you do it? I'm like, sorry, that doesn't work for me.
No,
I'm
gonna be on tour.
Right? Well, I'm not really doing that much anymore. So.
Yeah, do people ask you questions on this, or do you just?
So, well, okay.
How much do you want to share about yourself?
On Anchor, it's really cool, and I haven't utilized it yet.
Uh-huh.
Also, probably no one uses shit enough yet, but they have the thing where you can call in.
Yeah, I like that.
And I think it records it.
Has anyone done it?
No.
Okay.
But I also haven't really said
to do it.
Because I think I want to get that Roadcaster thing first, so I have legit set up.
Yeah. You are going to be a one-man radio show, dude. I'm excited.
It'd be cool. But, like, I just got to keep doing it. So if it becomes something where, like, it becomes my job, I'm all for it, you know? Like,
I think you're on your way, man.
Trying. At least 2 episodes a week, midweek.
That's a lot.
And so that's good
weekend. You're still working out. You're still doing your thing. So it's not like this is... You're not having to choose between, like, different hobbies and loves?
No.
Okay. And are you happy?
Yeah.
That's good. That's all that matters.
I mean,
that wasn't the question I was going to ask you, though.
Oh, no, yeah.
What were you going to say about your happiness?
Happy for sure. You know, I'm lucky. You know, I have a house over my head, a roof over my head. You know, I could have enough money to buy food. I mean, yes, I'm lucky, of course, happy, but it's obviously a friend just passed away. You know, different things happen.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still living at home, so it's like that's I'm happy that I can.
Yeah. And
my parents and family are accepting of that and are letting me.
Yeah.
But also sometimes it's like, well, I need to like.
Yeah, you want to be by yourself and do some fun stuff.
Like,
yeah.
But
that happens.
I'd say
you got some more time.
99% happy.
That's cool. That's
but sometimes that 1% seems like 99%.
Is the worst, right?
So it's ups and downs, but I'd say overall happy. And these, even though they scare the shit out of me still, because I don't like talking.
Yeah.
Or like I'm getting better at it.
That's what's funny about you is like you don't like talking.
I don't, because I always felt like, I mean, sometimes I do stumble over my words and whatnot.
Really? Okay.
But like high school and stuff, never wanted to talk in front of the class for reports or anything. I don't think anyone really does.
Yeah.
I mean, some people I think more than others, but there's been times, and I think I mentioned it on one of my podcasts, where it's like I've been like called up by the teacher, like, all right, your turn to do your book report.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm good.
No, I'm good. They're like, well, it's your turn. I'm like, next. And like, all right, well, it's a letter grade off if you don't. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like, as long as I have a D or something, like, I'm cool.
C's get degrees.
It was like I was like a D plus, C minus, maybe C plus. Cool. If I got a B, I was thrilled.
Now, did you like just have anxiety, or like did you get nervous, or like did your body hurt? Because they don't teach you this shit in school to like be aware of how you
just
feel.
got like red as a tomato, and then just, like it just got super hot because like,
you're feeling a reaction.
Like, and then you start to talk, and then you mess up a word, and you're like,
oh yeah, kids laugh, or you're afraid. Was it afraid? Is it just like public, like being up in front, or
just judgy bitches, man?
Yeah, judgy bitches for sure.
No, I just never really was, like talking with my friends or something. Like we have a different lingo, or instead of the way you just talk or making fun. It's like whatever. But then you get up and you have to talk about this book you read, and you wrote down these words that you aren't really sure what they mean.
Do you really care?
And that's another thing. I don't care. Like,
but you're supposed to. It's not homework.
Not to say I didn't try in school. I did. And I think it's getting bigger now. They're understanding. It's like,
oh yeah,
they're changing the way people are doing school. Like, for example, Boken, he and his wife Lights, they homeschool.
Dope.
So it's changing, but people are understanding. It's like, why is my son or daughter failing at school? It's like, well, they're a very creative person. Like maybe it's not interesting to them at all. So they don't want to apply any of their brain power.
Yeah.
Well, maybe like put them in some art classes or something.
Yeah, I like encouraging them to do the things that they're into rather than trying to force them to.
Right.
I feel like school tried to make you the same student, everyone the same type of student, but we're quickly learning now because of the thing called the internet.
Right.
We're all a little different.
I think it's just weird. It's like I feel like so they have just public school, right? Whatever. You have to go. I don't understand that. Like, you have to go to school. It's
then you get homework.
But it's stupid.
So you spend 16 hours.
But, like, I'm sure, like, when you start getting into, like, the public school stuff, there's more specific schools. Like, you have to have a lot of money to send your child to, like, a private school that, like,
you think
what are the for music or something, where they still do their, like, regular, education that you'd get at, or, like, your general ed or whatever you call it. But most of it, they're there for playing the clarinet or for dance or something. Yeah. It's like they should have a public school version where they have the sports and stuff, but it's like it's not the same.
But that's America.
Yeah, but
a lot of people don't respect the arts, man. The creativity, it's like it's
Paris
backwards
or something. Like I wonder what their high schools are like.
So because I work with some of the school districts, or like these school districts in Pacifica, it just comes down to funding, man. So they try to do like the bare bones basics, and some escape. But they're seeing that a lot. It's a social and emotional change is what they're going for now. So like instead of like, Danny didn't act it up in class and didn't want to do this. Instead of suspending and sending Danny home, maybe Danny goes to a yoga class, or maybe Danny sits down with like one of the counselors and says like, how's things going at home? Or like finds out like you have sleep apnea, just like shit like that. So
that would be cool.
They're doing alternatives to suspension, and then trying to go social and emotional equity, not just being good students, but being aware and being able to build relationships with adults and students. So they're really trying to tap into that. On top of just trying to get, teachers more money and staying there. They're doing housing now. Jefferson Union High School is the first one to do housing, like dorms for teachers.
Okay.
So
damn.
when our teachers, all our teachers are low income, pretty much in the Bay Area, and so they're stressed out. Like, when was the time you realized your teacher was just like another human and like either hated their job or was just like, you could tell they didn't like some of the kids, like right after you graduated, just
something like that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times, like, you think high school is everything, and as soon as you graduate, it was like that was
damn. I
can go back, like
right.
Like I was pretty much friends with my teacher. I used to babysit my teacher's kids junior year, so I was already cool. Like
you understood
talking
it
as an equal. But that was also sometimes we're like, you gotta step out of line. But it's like we're just rolling along here. Like, do you even like what you're teaching? Like, do you even fucking like this book? So I feel bad for Danny.
Danny. They should have some more like classes, or maybe not class, but I don't know. It's like you're just talking to people your age or within, say you're a freshman. If you're talking to seniors, good for you. But that doesn't count. Like, they're not an adult. So like you're still talking to people your age, but when you talk to any adults when you're at high school or whatever it may be, they're above you in a sense. Of course, there are some of those teachers that like, if they're a good teacher, I had one or maybe two
not all,
that were
like
easy to talk to, and no matter what it was, you felt comfortable.
That's cool.
But most of them, it's like
you dreaded it.
Here, learn this. Oh, homework. Why didn't you do homework? Go do your homework.
Yeah,
you don't want to. Yeah, so they should have more ways to.
So from what I've heard at the meetings I've been at, they're working on making a more well-rounded student, and they have studies that show when they have access. When they are interacting with adults, they do better and they learn more. So they're trying to get more volunteers in the schools and basically like the older folks leading examples for the youth.
Yeah.
But then you realize a lot of these other adults, we're just as fucked up and stressed out because our rents are X and we're getting paid Y. So that's the Bay Area living right there. Everyone's just trying to survive, but everyone's stressed out. But we can't push it on to the next generation.
No, that's cool that they're at least going in that direction.
Yeah, it was literally last Thursday. The superintendent was talking, and I was just like, I just couldn't stop writing. I was like, this sounds awesome. Like,
that's sick. Do you remember any of the other point, like maybe
like what they were going for? Like, alternatives to suspension. They're noticing like a lot of kids, especially like English as a second language, or even like more of the minority students, they're having trouble. Like the attendance is really low and stuff too. So like the kids aren't showing up. Maybe they got to work. Maybe they take off to Mexico for a week, or maybe they have a higher education than some of the parents. So the parents are intimidated, don't want to come in, and can't help them with the homework. So there needs to be more like hands-on. They're gonna start trying to do some like math classes for the parents. Because the parents are trying to do the math for the third, fourth grader, and it's not the way they used to. Everyone keeps saying like that's not the way I learned it.
Right.
And mom and dad, if you're lucky to have mom and dad still together, coming home, one's cooking dinner, the other one's coming home from work, or vice versa.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is sit down with little Johnny and figure out like pi and fucking I don't even know, quadratic formula or some shit. Well,
that's pretty cool.
So I think it's helping the army and the teachers, getting them more comfortable coming in. Trying to get volunteers who speak different languages, because we're a diverse little group here in the Bay Area. But trying to work on attendance, alternative suspensions. I actually am doing some consulting work with the Prevention Partnership in Pacifica, so that's working with students and youth to prevent access to drugs and alcohol. So we go around with the Youth Coalition, Be the Change Youth Coalition. They actually presented to the county about the harms of vaping. They surveyed all the schools during the SATs, and the county used their like alarming data on vaping, and they're suing Juul.
Oh shit!
But they used the data that these freshmen through seniors collected during the SATs. Damn. And I'm just teaching them how to like use Instagram and plan events. We're gonna have a little podcast.
That's it.
So. Yeah, man. See, like, maybe we'll hire you to come in and set up when you get the Rode mic.
I know, right? That'd be sick, dude.
So yeah,
like, imagine having a
cool
class,
stuff like that.
Like a class of like learning how to.
Yeah, if you were 14 and started a podcast, where would you be in 10 years? Like,
you graduate from high school.
Can you imagine where they
4
are?
years,
and even if you just do
homework,
anything,
say like once a week, you have to do.
So podcast. they get hours for this. Yeah. At this school, they have to do 100 volunteer hours, but a lot of them get the 100 hours and they still want to come. So yeah, they're really excited about the podcast.
But like, obviously, it's not limited to just a podcast. But I'm just saying because we're doing one right now. But it's like that's an alternative job that not everyone.
Well, yeah, they didn't have that before,
and even some people, obviously, I kind of knew that you can make money from it and stuff like that. That's not really why I'm doing it, but like.
But it was your passion, and now, then you were able to get a check, which is cool.
But you're also now, it's like, wow, like people are
paying
living off of
social media,
like hiring someone to just pull up YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Did you have a MySpace?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the MySpace days, we started 5 characters. And we would go around and because you have to create content for your band, you naturally know how to market a small business.
Yeah.
So that's also how I got my job at the nonprofit. It's just like, we need to raise money. We have none. And it's like, okay, cool. I've been in a band before. Like, I'll make the flyer. I'll do the event.
Yeah.
And then you just create content. But I used to like, I also worked for a production company and we would travel around. This is like the pinup days. And then it was called College Battle. And that's when we started working with Monster Energy. But that's where I quickly learned like, everyone is on social media. There's still the MySpace days. Everyone's talking about MySpace. That's where we get our music up. But no one will hire anyone to run corporate MySpace pages, or like it was like a nice to have but not a necessity.
Okay.
So like my group of people, we would try to apply, and because you couldn't make a lot of money with what we were doing, like I wanted to be in a band, but I also it would be cool to like run the corporate channels for some brand.
Yeah.
But they weren't into it yet. They were still like, billboards and print ads and all that. And so a lot of my friends, I brought up MySpace because one of my friends who worked for MySpace, he was like an early influencer on MySpace. And then he was trying to get jobs doing social media content. And people were like laughing him out the door.
Like, what are you talking about?
Then like fast forward, I'm seeing like San Mateo Caltrain, like, are you a social media wizard?
Dude,
like, I'm just like, it's only been 5 years.
Dude.
And now everyone has a podcast. Not everyone, but like we have podcasts.
It's getting
like,
there. Yeah.
5 Characters barely had an Instagram when we were around, and now people have their whole businesses on Instagram.
I mean,
how do you explain that to a 65-year-old who doesn't like the internet?
It's your portfolio.
Yeah.
Even so,
your reputation, your portfolio.
From me to you, not everyone, but like even you got the fitness model that is not like. I don't know, she's just popping on Instagram because she's attractive, or a guy, whoever it may be.
There is the low-hanging fruit influencer. Yeah.
Like, let me see your portfolio. All right, here's my phone.
Yeah, it's
Follow me on
your
Instagram.
social portfolio, the followers, your engagement, the vibe.
That's what it is, and people are making money from it now. Like,
so then why do people judge people for doing that so much? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It might be a generation thing.
Yeah.
Like, our generation is when things started pop. How old are you?
I just turned 34.
34. You're older.
I remember before the internet.
I'm talking like, so not your generation, but like
Gen X.
Are you?
I'm the cusp of millennial. So do you remember 9/11?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're a millennial.
Yeah, I remember where I was sitting and everything.
Yeah.
And that entire day at class and stuff like that.
Okay. So. Yeah. So the Gen Xers are grappling with it a little bit, and then the Boomers are like our parents, or maybe my dad, like 60 and up, where he's cool. He can text. He can run a Facebook.
My dad's savvy on. Well, I mean, sometimes.
But I think it's because they have kids. But like the general census is like when I'm on my phone at work, people think I'm messing around. No, and it's like no, I just got a $5,000 donation from my friend who works at Granger.
But
if I had a laptop in front of me,
it's different.
Why?
So I don't know.
Judgy bitches,
dude. It's insane. Yeah, it's like, oh, like, what game were you playing? Actually, I just, like, did a...
Yeah, the game where I land a contract. Or the game where I'm talking my friend off of from, like, a fucking ledge from the convenience. Or just, I'm checking in on my grandma. She knows how to text. Like, fuck you, bro.
Like, get out of here. Like...
But yeah, I laugh it off now. I used to get really mad and like I would be really sarcastic when they're like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, watching porn.
Yeah. So yeah, it's perception. And we talk about Gary Vee, but did you see what he posted the other day?
Instagram?
I think it was Instagram. It said like the next time they tell you that social media is like is making us further apart or like a time waster, and he had a picture of like a bunch of people on the train holding newspapers, not talking to each other, and then a picture of people on a train with like their phones.
Oh yeah, stop telling me technology is changing us. And yeah, it's got the photo of the train with newspapers.
Cool
it's
stuff
the same
like that.
thing.
Just reminds me.
It's just now we have access to more than just what's been on that piece of paper.
I also saw a quote somewhere that said, like back in the newspaper days or like the boomer days, like the moon landing was like a big deal. Everyone was like glued to their TVs. Now we have something that is like the moon landing every like 2 seconds on our phone. So we're getting hit with a lot of like very significant things.
Do you think it's real? Do you think
the moon landing? I don't want to talk about that.
I think it's real.
I can't go down.
Like why? What's the point of lying? Why would you lie? What's the point?
Because they were. But it's power. They had to be first. They had to be the best. That's the American way.
Whatever. Yeah, but okay. But now we're using some sort of rockets to get to space now from the Russians.
Oh, I mean,
so
they're all in on it together, man.
But it's like.
But they're. I think
it's real.
America's a big bro, man. He's a big jock. He likes to play fast and hard. Hoorah.
Are you? Where do you stand on Earth being flat? Because I hope.
Is there even a debate?
No, I just think it's hilarious.
Okay, on count of three. Is it flat or is it round? 1, 2, 3.
It's round.
Round. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure.
No, I think it's hilarious. So I wanted to know like what you think of those people.
How the fuck? Because the internet, man.
Dude, it's. Stupid.
Have you watched the 9/11 videos where it's like makes you think twice?
Let's see. Flat Earth theories.
Oh God.
What
is the main? Can you just sum it up in one argument?
You're fucking stupid.
Don't judge.
Like, how are you gonna say that I'm gonna fall off the Earth if I walk too far?
Well, like, how can you prove gravity exists? Or this is what they told you?
I just dropped my phone.
Well, this table's flat.
Yeah. And if I took the legs out from underneath it, fall down. But they say, and I watched something they're talking about if the Earth was flat, the gravity would change. Here. So if you're going outward, does
it end? Someone needs to just start walking.
If you're in the center of a flat Earth, right, in the exact center, gravity would be how it is right now on a normal Earth.
All right, this is normal really
Earth.
Intense.
And as you go out further, the gravity pole will be at an angle and gradually get steeper and steeper.
Okay.
And they were saying that pretty much if you're at the very, very edge, it would be like you're at like a 90-degree angle.
But who's telling you this is my point?
I don't know. Somewhere on the internet.
That's where it gets fucking crazy.
But it doesn't make sense. Right. Like, how do you like?
Any other random conspiracy theories you want to talk about?
And see, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I think
know,
they're just hilarious. Let's see, what's the top?
Yeah, let's do top 3.
Maybe not top 3. It might be
just top number 1.
Conspiracy theories.
It's got to be the moon landing, but then maybe 9/11, or is it flat Earth?
Well, moon landing I think is one. Obviously, there's the 9/11 one. I think it was inside the job.
The oligarchs control the fortune.
The what?
Oligarchs. Google it.
The
oligarchs.
I don't even know how to spell it.
OLIG.
Oligarch.
Yeah. This is all the rich old white people that pull our strings. Now that I'm in a new punk rock band, I learned all these cool words.
I don't. What? Jesus.
Oligarchs.
But I type and there's no. Julia. Like what? What's the difference between oligarch and any other? All I see, like a lot of Ukraine. I think I spelled it wrong. Oligarchs, right?
Oligarchs.
Is that not right?
Rich oligarchs.
Where?
Oligarchs.
Rich. It's all like Russian stuff. What exactly is an oligarch? Member, like a part of a small group of holding power in a state.
You know how like everyone bitches about like politics and shit.
So like you're like talking about like Illuminati kind of
Illuminati, but like the ones in power who don't want you in power, the ones that try to keep the poor people down because we have the numbers, but they have the money.
I mean, I'm sure
I only said that because we have a song, like Devin wrote a song about how the oligarchs control the fortune. And it's just like, you think you're in control. Like, we think we're in control, but we're not.
I mean, to an extent.
You're in control of your life.
But I wouldn't, like anyone who would, like, doesn't have enough money to, like, investigate, which probably would get killed.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get to that 1%, you know?
But I don't necessarily think that there's people from stopping you. I just think that, like, the level that they're at, they can do whatever they want. And it's like, well, maybe we might not.
We're just little pawns on the...
I don't know how to really... I don't know. It's weird.
So when you go too far down the rabbit hole...
I think I somewhat can believe in that there's some, maybe not Illuminati exactly, but I do believe that there is that, what you said, 1%, where they control, and it's like you get one endorsement from someone in
it's all
quote-unquote Illuminati, then, you're about to be rich and famous. I don't think it's the selling your soul to the devil Illuminati kind of thing. I just believe that they, like the Freemasons and stuff. It's all the same
people
things.
in
Knights
power
Templar, it comes from history.
Yeah, I watched that on History Channel for a long time.
Yeah, of course. That's the only reason I know those names.
I think it was a Valentine's Day weekend, and I was like in Monterey. It was a horrible weekend, and we're just like, fuck, let's just like not go out.
Sounds like a.
And we're eating McDonald's. Yeah, I think it was on Valentine's, and I just remember watching. This was like a long time ago with my ex, but I just like we watched so much of the History Channel about the Freemasons. It was insane. So yeah, I mean, it's just do good, man. You're only on the Earth flat or round.
Aliens.
Oh, there's ancient aliens.
Did you think about that too? So this one, the Roswell, fuck Roswell, like Area 51 and stuff. Do you think that there's?
I mean, Bernie Sanders did say if he gets voted in, he's gonna release Area 51.
Let's go, Bernie.
He's gonna legalize marijuana.
Well,
he's gonna
in California. Oh, on a federal
everywhere.
Level, like
and then
federal.
He's gonna give everyone healthcare, and he's gonna release all the Area 51.
Dude, I'd be so down for that healthcare thing. That would be great.
Yeah,
stuff's expensive.
Healthcare is a trip.
What else we got here?
So I get to ask my question yet or not?
What is your question?
So I was really excited about being on your show, and I asked a few people if they ever wanted to know anything about you, what would it be? Can you guess what they asked? What do you think you're most known for in the scene?
Music?
Yeah, like doing
who like what bands toured with?
Yeah, I think a lot of people like look up to you in that. No, no, nothing bad. Being ridiculously handsome and swole.
I'm not gonna tell you like how many people this person like, or how many like shots can take before we black out. Like,
no, I think I was with my boy Kevin Burley, and he's a videographer too, and he does music videos. But I think even when I met you, like was your first like big tour with the Mice and Men?
Yeah,
and then
that was my very first.
So like,
tour.
Where were you at, and how do you think you were ready for like those kind of opportunities? Like, what was the spark that kind of led to that you think you can share?
That led me into touring.
Like going from just like maybe like the local guy who you can kind of count on to do like content into like the next level.
Well, I hope this isn't going to be a terrible answer, but I kind of just got thrown into it. I was friends with Alan, then friends with Austin, introduced them, and they were, that was the point. Austin was not in Mice and Men at the time, so Jerry Roush was taking over.
Damn, that's so far.
Alan,
that's so long ago.
Yeah, Alan always been writing music
because Alan's from San Jose,
and Alan's just a lover of music and writes and shreds. Then I introduced them together, and then for fun, they were writing music and going to create a band on their own.
Yeah.
And then they asked Austin to come back to Mice and Men, and he said, well, I'll do it if I can bring Alan. Then Alan got brought in, and basically they took some of the songs that they wrote and brought it. I think like OG Loco was a song that they wrote. I forget. There's a good handle of some, but they're like, hey, we're going on tour. Do you want to come take photos?
So you were already creating content, but just by like being friends with Alan, and you were already creating content.
No, I wasn't taking I don't remember really doing any photo video while they were like hanging out or anything.
Okay. I could have sworn there was like a Taco Bell. You guys.
So that wasn't me. That wasn't me actually.
That's funny that I remember that video.
Do you remember the flip cams?
Oh yeah, I used to have one of those with a USB.
It looked like a Nokia. It looked like one of those Nokia brick phones.
Yeah.
I forget. I think it was from like Rise Records.
So he was already kind of producing content for his personal blog or vlog
for the new band or something.
Whatever it was going to turn into.
He got one, and I think it might have been like Rise Records wanted him to create some videos to promote. Cool. So
that seems
he made that, and now we're the time lapse of us eating Taco Bell, like throwing the football around.
Yeah, I thought that was you,
and
then
that,
so you're, okay, cool.
Oh yeah. There's somewhere, I don't know where it would be, and I don't even know what I would look up, because I remember, actually, you know what?
Probably his personal,
it's somewhere
right?
down the rabbit hole on my Tumblr. So that's how far ago it was. So that was like 11. As far as creating content, that's what we were doing,
so
and that was
you were already.
That wasn't me.
Were you already
I never
taking photos though, or like?
Yeah,
did you have a camera and all that time?
Yeah. Well, in high school, junior and senior year, I was the senior photographer for yearbook.
Cool. So you were already.
So I had a camera and was dealing with cameras. Like,
so you're familiar with the.
High school was the progression of me just picking up a camera.
Okay, I guess that's what we were after. Is like, what was the progression?
It started
and
with just
spark?
A few of my buddies. I used to skateboard a lot.
Yeah, so we would make skate videos. Skating skate videos. Kevin's a skater too.
That's make funny things. Like, I'd be wearing like my mom's pink like puffy vest and like
I didn't know you were skating. That's cool.
Like,
I tried to skate, didn't work out.
There's somewhere on
your
YouTube, probably, dude. There's so much stuff.
So that's cool. So then once that kind of led to hanging out with Austin and Alan, then it's like, oh, new opportunity, and you're like, fuck it.
Yeah,
let's roll.
And I went and then did that first tour. So What Was Me was on it. A bunch of like a lot of people I still know and talk to.
So I think that was the one that I met up with you in LA.
Yeah. That was the last show.
Yeah, the Troubadours, or what is down there? What's the kind of bigger one? Not Troubadour. It's right on.
It's on that main road.
Yeah, because it has that parking lot right across the street. Troubadour?
No. I forget.
So that was your first.
That was my first tour.
Trip.
But I met. I mean, my logo or my image thing from my podcast has my name written in a cool font. Joel from the Amity Affliction made that for me.
That's tight.
So like, that was still years ago. I've had it forever, and I just never really used it. But that, people I still talk to, like back in when Tyler Carter was in What Was Me, who took me out on Warped Tour, my second tour.
Okay, so it just kept feeding into.
So I met, and it's like just you meet people on tour, and then they see what you do, and they're like, "Hey, you want to come out?"
That's dope.
Yeah. Then you go on Warped Tour, and you meet tons of other bands.
Yeah, then it's like, you're Danny Todd.
Which I'm pretty sure I met Miss May I, and Miss May I took me on my second Warped Tour. So
I like them.
I asked Levi if he wants to be on.
Is he gonna do it?
Yeah.
Are they still around? Like, are they?
Yeah.
I just haven't been like, I'm coming back to the scene, but
I don't know what their plans are.
Guys.
I don't know if they're riding or whatnot. I mean, Levi just had a kid.
Really?
Cool. And I think he's doing real estate as well.
Nice.
Which is why I want to talk to him about some of that.
Yeah, I like your podcast. Is gonna be cool because it's just like. It's just like Joe Rogan, just anything.
Yeah. So.
And the tie is we all know you, so that's kind of cool.
Well, yeah, it's
connected.
Like just knowing like different relationships with different people, and then I want to try and get people that I don't know.
That'd be good too.
And reach out, so it's completely like whatever, But
just keep going.
That's down the road. For now, I'm just trying to go through like my friends lists, and I mean this just kind of happened because we know each other and. It just like
we did just reconnect. Hey,
when's gonna go on?
I'm excited.
Let's do this.
Yeah, and it only took one rescheduling, which is pretty good for us.
Okay, because I needed to. I felt like Bo is amazing, but he's got his own life,
totally.
And obviously, in being in it doesn't matter that he's in Canada, but the wife, the kid. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, like how if I don't do it this weekend, it might be a couple of weekends.
It worked out perfectly for me.
So. And I was like, damn, like
I also wasn't in Blessed the Fall, so it's fine.
That one, it's my highest viewed one so far.
How many? We're gonna change that. Yeah. Right.
Okay, so this is kind of interesting. So my very first episode, and I can kind of understand why this one would be a somewhat poppin' one, exciting. Because it's my first one. Everyone's probably wanted to know.
Plus, you don't fucking talk.
Yeah. So that one with my brother Nick, the youngest, 103 views, right? Mm-hmm.
Is that all over all platforms?
No.
Or just...
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I'll go into the analytics. I love seeing it because like it shows me like where
where they listen from.
Yeah.
And where they
so that one is 103, and then the one with Bo, it's 130.
That's cool. Yeah, because as more people start sharing it, and then like I'll for example, I'll discover a podcast, and then if I dig it, I'll start at the beginning and kind of watch. If I'm at work for 8 hours, and just in the background,
I listen back to all of them.
That's cool.
To like even Joe Rogan says he does it
102 times.
Yeah, I'm the sole reason
you're
I
really
have
trying to get that UGG
which is kind of funny because it's like because it's not gonna recognize like if I listen on the Apple podcast app. It's like I'm giving myself money when I just listen to it.
Yeah. Well, you heard about like Justin Bieber like gaming his like what people are doing for Spotify and shit now.
Oh, like
they
bot
things. Well, no, they like their like club people or whatever send out stuff that say, you know, pre-save or play like a single and put it like 12 times and then put it on repeat in a playlist while you sleep, but the volume has to be up. And then that shows, then you get like higher up.
You get get like on the
back in the day
page.
you used to have to do it one way, like, you know, you pay off to be on Billboard. Now it's like you're gaming the Spotify. So I think Spotify still has a lot of shit to figure out. Yeah. But you're not helping if you're gaming the system. But again, money and power, man.
I've only promoted one, and it was with my friend Brianna, the
like
personal trainer.
On
Instagram, I paid like $30.
That's cool.
Just because I was.
That's good, man.
You gotta try that out. I had a few beers, and I was like, "Fuck it, dude! $30
ads."
So I'm like,
no, that's good.
In the hole, $30.
You gotta get that lesson though. I used to do Facebook ads, didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Well, that's another thing.
Now I get paid to do Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Bro,
so certain ones I'll do ads. Maybe I might start just doing like, because I don't want to oversaturate it with like ads. Obviously, it's not like if you're already following, chances are.
But you can figure out who you target also, right?
But, you know, targeting people within that specific guest.
Yeah.
So like say I want to try, and maybe every episode I do, depending, certain ones I'll maybe put more money down on it.
Well, depending on the caliber or the capacity of, you think I'm a good one to test it out on.
Yeah, $5.
I'll match that. We'll call it 10. Okay, well, what I would encourage you is to do at least 3 days so that you can get the analytics back, because it takes some time to boot. So
okay. So maybe just do like $15 split over 3 days.
$5 a day. Yeah. When I work with small businesses, I say $5 a day for a week, and then let's analyze where it came back. Who was liking it? What were they doing with it? You got to have enough time. Better. Yeah, have enough time.
Like, Tuesdays and Thursdays are better. Yeah,
why are women over 65 in this area clicking on this? And then that's how you get the sponsorship.
Cougars, baby.
The people who are targeting the Cougars.
I need to have a cougar on, like a glorified cougar, like. Maybe I can. Oh no.
Well, who's your next guest? Are we not allowed to say it? I guess that's not a cougar.
No, she's not a cougar.
What is she? Kitty?
What? I don't.
What's not a cougar?
I don't know. I think it's an older Wuma. Dude,
does Puma go up?
I don't know, man.
All right.
But I think it's pretty cool. So let's see: Netherlands, Australia, Philippines, Panama, Spain,
that's dope. It's because
UK, Germany, Russia. If I click on them, it'll tell me.
And that's people who are either following you on Instagram or are following the people that are on your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing is, it's kind of cool. Like, I would imagine that it's this way too, but people are gonna listen because they see me post, new one, and then obviously I don't have many subscribers at the moment, but like
cool.
I just started.
One's better than none, man.
I just started this last month, but when even the ones that I'm subscribed to, when there's a new one, it pops up.
That's cool.
But also you're just the luck of maybe people looking on Spotify or Apple. Man. They're like, oh, what's this? This looks interesting. So
that's clever. He put his name Todd instead of Pod.
It was actually just the Danny Todd podcast.
Yeah. So I thought my mind was playing tricks on me.
A few people hit me up like that day and were like, damn, dude, you should have done like the Toddcast.
So I thought I read it wrong.
Nope.
Because then I went back and it said the Toddcast. I was like, okay, it's not as dumb as I thought. No, like, that's awesome.
I was like,
but that's cool. You got to fix as you fly. So that's cool.
I'm also very happy that Anchor allowed me to fix
edit
it.
That's
and
cool.
I will say, and I need to just do a quick ad real quick. So
wait, are you like sponsored?
Yeah. Well, when you start Anchor, they just automatically give you.
Do they tell you where they're putting it though?
You can choose.
That's
you can't.
sick.
I don't think you can put it at the end.
So do we know what ad just happened?
Yeah, the only one I have.
Oh,
which is for Anchor.
Oh yeah, do they have a jingle or something, or do we need?
No, I recorded
or a
it.
Sound?
Which is cool. So what happens? I'm waiting. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping it's soon.
I thought you were gonna fart. By the way, I thought that was gonna be a good one.
No, that would have been great though.
Brought to you by
right. So you get audit. I think it's just like once you start, you get Anchor as a sponsor.
Yeah,
and it's I think $15 CPM, so cost per mil. So once I get to 1,000 views, so I'm at 500 a little over. Dude, I can just look at it.
Yeah, break it down, man. This is good for you. Don't fast forward. Don't not listen. Pay attention.
So I'm at 563 views.
563, love it.
And they're a 15 CPM. So obviously, when I get to 1,000, that's $10.
They will give you $10 for every 1,000 views you get.
Well, so it's 15. So I'm learning about it. The CPM is a new word for me, but
that's good.
I'm also thinking it's like, okay, so I'm at $4.98, but I made $5.14. They take a little percentage, which makes sense. I don't have to do anything besides record and upload, and they do it to everything.
Yeah,
which is cool.
They need your content. You need, and I need
distribution. I don't want to go to every single platform and plug in my RSS links. Or
so I'm trying to do that with my podcast, but I might just put it on Anchor. It sounds pretty easy. Mm-hmm. And that was not an ad.
Dude, I know, right? But so it's like, okay, if I get to a little over 1,000, and I'll get my thing. I don't know when this one will end, or if it'll always be there.
Gotcha.
But another cool thing is they were saying, say I get, and they'll email you when you get a new, like if someone wants to activate, or if you want to activate a sponsorship that comes in, you can decline.
So they're like pitching.
So say I have Anchor and
do you do categories? So that's how they know.
I don't know
because they're not listening.
I honestly don't know. I haven't gotten another sponsor yet.
Okay, that'll
so
be
I'm hoping it's
interesting.
soon. But just for an example, say you're just so I don't think it would be a problem. But say your band.
Okay.
It wants to be a sponsor on
Obsolete Man is a new sponsor of the Danny
But
podcast.
So say Anchor is $15 CPM.
Okay.
Say you're 20 CPM. They will put your ad in front. It'd be more priority. So they take the one that has the higher CPM.
Because I'm paying more.
Because they're paying more, so they want you to make more money for yourself, obviously.
And they want more people to advertise.
So, but then say someone else comes along that does like 25. Well, now they're going to put priority on that one. So they'll put that one first.
That's cool.
But the thing is, it's like, okay, maybe I can put two back to back, but they'll play the first one that makes 25, just as an example. And then you're at 20, so they'll put you second. But that's if I choose to add.
So you still control where the ad comes in and who is advertising on your show.
Right. Okay, so this is actually the first time.
You can deny someone if you want.
I can. I don't think unless it's like something I don't want to like.
Yeah, and I have a feeling there's already a vetting process.
Like I would love to have
let's do
was it manscaping, so I can talk just say some ridiculous stuff about men's.
My friend is a affiliate. He has the affiliate link for Beardalizer, so maybe that can be your.
That'd be sick.
Back in
but for example, we just did the ad. That was the first time that I actually just stopped. Before I would just put it at the beginning, or like on Anchor, I can go in and just.
I like it in the middle.
No, they say it's better. But say I have that one I just did.
Yeah.
But then I have yours at the beginning, or in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I do another quick, break.
Yeah.
Or I just have a few in the middle.
So I like that you choose and you control it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. So check it out. Start a podcast. Do something fun. Do something creative, people.
Right? Or this isn't really a sponsor. I'm just a part of this supplement company, FNX.
Yeah.
Really good.
We should be filming this, but
yeah, you can't see it.
Danny doesn't want you to see his dad's garage.
Yeah. I got the
go into my Tumblr.
Peach flavor pre-workout and some protein powder. It's delicious.
So how often are you working out now?
Oh, the link will be in the notes.
Link in bio.
And the code is FNXDT. It'll be in the link. Yeah. 15% off.
Get swole.
Okay, what?
Smash that like button.
Continue.
I was talking to your ad. I'm sorry. I was trying to make it feel more organic. How do you wake up so early for the gym, and how often are you going? What's your secret?
Hold on one second. My guest after just sent me a message. I'm confused.
Is she coming here, or is it gonna be Skype?
No, I sent her the so it's Skype.
Cool.
I sent her the login, and she accidentally responded with the anger face emoji.
That's funny. Work too hard for it.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Go back to your.
So yeah, I noticed you're talking. You're like protein guy now, and I follow you on Instagram. And how do you wake up so early? So I just got diagnosed with really bad sleep apnea. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
I remember we talked about.
So it's like 10 o'clock. I'm taking a shit, and you're like fucking just taking your second fucking pick in front of the mirror.
I know,
at
right?
the gym. So like,
that's hard for me to do. I hate doing.
How do you get up early, and then like once you're there, you just and then how often are you going?
When I came back from my last tour with Nothing More, which was October. Oh yeah, it was October 27th of 2019. The day I got back, so I got home at night. That next morning, I just was like, all right, I'm just gonna start waking up at 6:30.
And have you always been able to get up?
Before I know, I'd like because I didn't really need to. I was like sleeping until like 10 to.
But now
12.
you're like.
But now I'm like whatever.
You're like,
and it helps because now I have job thing so.
Oh, you have a job now. The job thing. Gotcha. Okay, so you're on a more structured.
Yeah, and I think it's hard for me to go later in the day for some reason.
In general,
but
a lot of
also, I like the idea of starting your morning off uncomfortable. So waking up alone is kind of uncomfortable that early. I'd say like 70% of the time, I'm waking up and I'm like, all right, let's fucking go.
Nice.
But there's some mornings where I'm like, well, now I moved it from 6:30 to now I'm waking up at 6. So I'm out the door by 6:30.
So that's what I'm saying. I noticed.
So I changed that just because I'm like, what is 30 minutes? I hope I don't say that again.
I love how precise you are, and then like how hard you are on like.
Well, I try. Well, so before it was like, okay, wake up at 6:30. I'm out the door in the car 7.
Gotcha.
Or try to get to the gym by 7, depending how quick. Sometimes it's just I don't have to shit in the morning. I don't know.
Shit happens or it doesn't.
Yeah. But I was like, I want to start getting to the gym just a little bit earlier. So I was like, whatever, I'll wake up at 6. Be there, in the car or hopefully at the gym by 6:30.
Yeah.
It just gives me extra 30 minutes.
And are you going twice a day now? Or is it just...
No, I did last week or something. I got off work early and I was like, yeah, I'm going to the gym.
Nice.
But every day, at least 6 times a week.
Yeah, like I need to start going to the gym. And once, I guess, when I did work out, you can get into a routine. And you almost get obsessed, right?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm obsessed.
Yeah. So that's good.
So you see, still good for 4? I'm literally in a podcast right now. I can't type, dude.
2 episodes one day, man. You're an animal.
In-person podcast, because that sounds tight. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, no, definitely addicted to it. It's fun. I love it.
Yeah, so hopefully I can start waking up better. I wear a fucking CPAP now.
Yeah.
These things are crazy, but I'm glad I caught it earlier.
Have you noticed it, your like quality of sleep?
When it stays on, I feel like a brand new person.
Does it fall off?
Yeah, it straps to your head. Oh. You all right, buddy?
Yeah, I just clamped my hand.
Fiji water is attacking you. No Fiji sponsorship for you.
I still love it.
Yeah, I sleep with it every night, but then if my nose gets clogged, or if it gets too cold, or if I go to the bathroom, or if I toss and turn,
forget, or
subconsciously I'll take it off. But when it stays on, it's great. Like I didn't know I wasn't sleeping, man. It's a trip.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Damn. So I was feeling kind of depressed, kind of out of it. Like I didn't have energy. Mm-hmm. I could still get shit done.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, I went to go talk to Kaiser, and they're like, "Have you ever thought about getting like a sleep apnea test?" And I was like, "No, because I'm not like old 15."
Right? You're like, why do I need that?
Yeah, I'm not like a fat, overweight 50-year-old who snores. But like, no, man, they're seeing it in like 4-year-olds now, and
really,
it's getting misdiagnosed as ADHD or something like that.
Shit,
because
so
the kids just aren't sleeping.
And then you get put on whatever they put you on,
exactly.
like meds wise, and then it's like totally the wrong thing.
So sleep apnea
it's
is
not
the new
fixing
thing.
anything.
Yeah, sleep apnea is the thing that's always been around, but now more often than not.
So
and it's so common. everyone I talk to, like, oh yeah, I sleep with a CPAP.
How was it expensive? Oh, did insurance pay for it? Or is
Yeah,
it
so I finally got insurance with my big boy job, and then you do like a little sleep test. You go home with one, and they put it on your finger, and then it sends back a report. And I was waking up every 2 minutes for 8 hours because I used to be a professional sleeper. Like I can nap. I would lie, cheat, and steal my way into napping if I could. I would be driving to work or even to like a show, and I'd have to pull over to sleep and take naps.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
But no one ever told me. It's like, hey, you might have sleeping apnea. They're like, oh, you're just like a lazy fuck. And it's just like,
right.
So yeah, I was not in control. So my life has changed for the better if I can just get this fucking mask to stay on. But
I feel like they'll probably start making improvement
technology,
or smaller.
Yeah,
something.
It's already better. And then there's one that's not covered by insurance. I think,
which is probably the most badass one.
Yeah, what's that company that's like super slick and it was in malls? Sharper Image, remember?
Yeah.
So I think Sharper Image made one, and it just looks like a little like phone charger, and it just hums, and it just sits like right under your nose. It's a traveling one,
and
so I told
much is it?
I don't know, but I told myself
a couple grand.
I think it's less,
like a grand to like 500,
400 to 600 maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a 500.
So it's not an arm and a leg,
not an arm and a leg.
It's like a toe.
It's a toe, but I need to learn how to appreciate this mask now.
First. Okay.
And once I outgrow it, I'll start experimenting. But I'm about like 6 months in. I can get good 4 hours of sleep, 4 hours of tossing and turning. But again, here's the tricky part: you don't know it's off, so you think you're sleeping, but when you wake up and it's gone, you're like,
oh shit.
Yeah, no wonder my back hurts. No wonder I'm feeling a little.
Was it off
like,
the whole 6 hours I was
what's
asleep?
cool is there's a screen that will tell you.
Oh, so you can see like, shoot, it was off for like the last hour.
Exactly.
That's cool.
So no, that has just been like the biggest change. One of the biggest changes in 2019 heading into 2020 is diagnosed with sleep apnea. But a lot of the lyrics in like the new EP that we're about to drop is like going through like mental health issues, like battling with sleep apnea, stress at work, just life, and just this Bay Area living. So it's kind of cool that as I was going through all this, like again, just getting insurance for the first time, I thought I was just going for a checkup. Turns out like here's just like a bag of fucking issues. Like this explains a lot. And so I'm gonna be working through that, through the lyrics, through the band, and then through like my social feeds. I have like a reason to be back on now and talk about it. Like I never saw social media as like a thing to use personally. It's always been like a marketing channel to like help yourself, help other people.
Yeah, dude, it's great. You just gotta.
It's all about the community.
Want to use it, right? I mean.
Yeah, and just don't be so hard on the like. I see people freak out about because I haven't posted like publicly in almost 2 years, but now we're doing it for the band, and like we have a group chat and we're literally fighting over what the caption should be, and it's just like it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like just go, but everything feels so permanent, but it's really not.
Going off of the thing about the sleep apnea, so you went to just like Kaiser. That's just you went to like a normal doctor.
Yeah, so I was having like,
and then they like
I was irritable, anxious, depressed, like just had the bucket of emotions, and I'm like, okay, it's not the food I'm eating because I cut out wheat, so I was allergic to wheat too. So it's like I'm a little snappy. Like people are starting to notice. Like my girlfriend was like. Well, one, she noticed that I was stop breathing while I was sleeping. So like,
she was like,
yeah, that's the best way to get diagnosed with sleep apnea is like get the love of your life, meet the girl of your dreams and trick her into sleeping next to you. But so I just kind of was like, yeah, whatever. And so I never thought those two things were linked.
Okay. And
so I went to a behavioral medical there's like this 15-minute person who comes out and just kind of like, how can we help? So it's like. If your daughter was like suicidal and like, hey, she just is the quick one. Like, do you need help now? Can I? She like filters it. So I went to talk to her, and she's like, I was telling her how I was feeling, and I literally said like, I don't feel like I sleep. I feel like I only dream, which is crazy because that's the sample on the single.
Yeah.
And that's from True Detective, and I didn't even know that existed. But what's crazy is I said that to my therapist. And she's like, "Oh, you might have sleep apnea." I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, I'm too young for that."
Yeah.
And so I looked up sleep apnea, and all the symptoms I was experiencing, including falling asleep while like driving. I used to fall asleep at stoplights and stuff in high school, or like I would come home from school and I'd fall asleep in the hallway. I couldn't even make it to my bed, and I think there was like mold and shit, and I had bad allergies back in the day. So I just checked all these boxes, and it's like, how am I only discovering this right now? So yeah, they scheduled me a sleep study, and then that's how I figured out I was waking up every 2 minutes. Waking up every 2 minutes.
That's nuts.
Did you think that was my water?
No, okay. I didn't know if I wanted water, and then I was like, yeah, I want some water.
You want some CBD?
Dude, I forgot. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, so if you're like lethargic, depressed, anxious, irritable, You can sleep a lot or don't sleep at all. That's the other tricky thing. And what else was going on in my lap back then? Yeah, I think it was, or you wake up not feeling refreshed. So I always just thought when you woke up, like your body hurt. And I have like a really nice bed. Yeah. Like it's the only thing that like I spent money on. And it's the one that like, it's like Tempur-Pedic, it rises up. It's like, it's king shit.
You went in. Yeah.
And I was still waking up groggy and weird. And like, I couldn't talk for the first like hour I was awake. And I just thought something was wrong with me, but it turns out something was wrong with me. So,
well, it's good that you got that looked and
I'm trying to look at the positive, but I mean, it's a mood killer, man. Like having to like
strap on, baby.
Yeah, not in a good way.
Well, are they really? I mean,
depends. Yeah, it depends what you're into.
Depends which.
Maybe that's what we're missing in the bedroom.
Oh Jesus!
Get my CPAP and my strap.
Oh, dude.
Anyway,
next,
just in case your parents listen to this. So sleep apnea is a bitch. That's cool. But I'm so glad to live in a world where we're all connected, and a lot of my friends are going through shit too. So like, there's a nice little support system as you're going through just these weird things. Like, I thought eating and sleeping were like easy things to do, but I gotta avoid certain foods, and I gotta sleep with a fucking CPAP on. So makes for a hell of a record, though. Right. Which is. I mean, obviously, I heard it, which is fucking awesome. There, man. Thanks for coming.
We'll have to figure out. I mean, if you want to put it at some of the track.
Yeah, we're gonna do a clip of it at the end of this.
Yeah, maybe we'll do not. I don't want to just to avoid any. I doubt it would be an issue, but maybe no part of where the sample is, just in case.
Yeah, because
I don't know the rules.
I think we're gonna cut the samples on some of the platforms.
Okay. Just because you want to get like.
Yeah, we don't want to get flagged for the what is it? Intellectual property or whatever.
Yeah, something.
But also,
like that.
I think because we like fucked with the.
It might, yeah.
So
it might
not
be.
Tick, but I think even because some of the intros are super long, we might because we're new.
Yeah.
And I know like people's attention spans are like ants. We're gonna have different versions of the EP on different platforms, and we're also printing cassettes too. So you might get something else on the cassette that you don't get on YouTube and shit like that. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, dude, that was fun.
You didn't have to do that for us. So.
No, well, it was just fun.
But like after not talking for like 7 years, like we kept in touch though.
Here and there, like questions about random things or
because I've always wanted to hire you for like corporate stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, I'm in Vegas with like the Chainsmokers or something. Or
I wish it was. Well, I mean,
who was it? Or was it
Bass Jackers?
Yeah, same thing.
Kind of
those were cool videos.
Yeah, that was fun.
But I remember I was trying to get you to do the Michael Jackson impersonator. Remember when I asked you about him in Vegas? This was like years ago. I was like, if I was going to bring you out to Vegas, how much would you want? Because I guess she's my cousin through marriage. She was working with one of the Michael Jackson top impersonators. He does that stuff. So
remember.
So yeah, I always pitch video content. I'm more strategy, social media, like the marketing end, and then my girlfriend does graphic design and web design. And so whenever we get souped up for bigger jobs, I always I think of Kevin, I think of you, and then I need more videographers also and photographers who are in the Bay Area for freelance stuff. So
yeah, we'll have to start doing some more shit.
Are you open to that? Like, I mean, I feel like you're busy and not busy, so
it's all.
I just present it to you.
Figure things out,
But if we lock down dates, you're good. You just come and eat.
Yeah, it's just all about kind of figuring out schedule wise and stuff like that. So
can I pitch the next project for you?
Oh my god,
sorry. So I'm part of the San Mateo County Census Outreach and Communications Committee. So I have a budget to do a census video.
Interesting.
So if you're into that, that's cool because that'll tap into. Like San Mateo County will share it. It's federally backed. Like the census is no joke. Every 10 years, everyone's got to count. The immigration question's not on there. Don't let the administration scare you. It's basically just like the stuff that's on your your license. But yeah, the census is coming. We're excited. I'm a trusted messenger in San Mateo County. But I need a videographer. Kevin is the nicest guy, but he says yes to me so much that he just has stuff like stacked up. Do you ever find that? Like, how you have? Because I know we have stuff we're working on, like we're in flux, but like, how do you deal with that when you take on too much, or how do you?
I'm sure it's happened. Seem to have a good flow. I don't really. I mean, I'm sure it's happened before. I can't think of like an exact.
Well, have you ever been on tour and accepted?
Well, I mean, okay, there was a tour I went on and I was working for all 4 bands.
God damn.
But then one of them like took forever to give me $50 or $100. Like took 2 weeks,
and you see him every day.
I was like, hey, like this is. I just gotta like.
That's cool. You fired him.
Not, I don't know, but it was. Both understood. Like,
yeah, it happens.
I was like, hey, like, personal. Don't worry about it. Don't pay, like it's all good. Just give me this one payment of $100, and to save you guys money because they had to. They were in a van doing the thing.
Yeah, and
so it was.
You need the content, but budgeting.
I'm not gonna say who it was. It's not that it would matter.
Well, it's not a bad thing.
But I was like, hey, like it's probably better. You save that $100 so you have food to eat or gas to put in your thing. Like, I have to kind of step back anyways because I'm kind of overworked and
you felt it.
And
That's
stuff.
cool.
So I think I went down to like, so that was 3 bands, and then I think I kind of like made that more of like a not everyday thing, more of like, hey, like if it's a big show, like let me know, or like if there's something you need me to get, like then I'll do that. Cool. Like
you've always been pretty good at like managing expectations and dictating. I
don't say like not where I'm picking up 5 projects, but I mean even then it's like, well with you, I had the other video project that I was working on. Yeah, it's like, well, hey, like just so you know, I got this. Like this does take priority. Obviously, I was able to get yours finished because
you're quick.
The amount of time that I had certain days, I was like, okay, I can do this because
that job thing.
Yeah, which is lovely. I don't know. You try not to get overworked, but it's gonna happen. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta either one recognize that and work more, or hopefully you can let them know. Luckily, the people I work with, I mean, the bands, or the like record labels or anything, like I feel comfortable telling them, like, hey, like just let you know, like I do have this other project, so I am splitting my time. Yeah. If that's okay with you, just letting you know, like ahead of time. Yeah, open. Sometimes it takes some time to get into that position where you can. Totally. I don't know, like, say if I just started in like my first tour and I'm like, hey, I got this other project. Yeah, you start telling them. It might be like, oh, well, we might just go find someone else. Yeah. So I think after 10 years of, 10 years. That's great. I kind of not in a toot your own horn kind of way, but it's like I feel like I've shown and proven my work and that I can tenfold. It's not like this is my first video and they don't know what my stuff looks like yet. They know who they got. I'm like, okay, well, like this is, you came to me because you want this to look like this, but I also have something else that I'm working on. Yeah. So you're gonna get it. It might take an extra couple days or however, depending on the project. But it's like, just letting you know. And if they're like, even still, it's happened where it's like, oh well, we're gonna have to, get someone else, just due to the time. It's always deadlines, but. Man. I mean, if you can manage multiple projects, just do it. Try and let people know. That's a good or just shut up and do it. Or just get it done. Be a savage. Sometimes I've done that, and sometimes I'm like, "Oh, this sucks." Yeah. I'm like stressed. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. Too, when I take on too many clients, and they want to meet right away, and it's just like, no, I need to control it. Well, there was one project that I did, and I've never all my videos. Like the longest video I've done recently, besides the one I'm about to talk about, was my 2 music videos for Tyler Carter, which are music videos. One of them was edited by my friend, goes by The Work of Jar. Shouts to him. He's a savage. He's Beartooth's main dude. Sweet. But those, normal 4 to 5 minutes, which are not long. This one project was like an hour and a half or something. So my the final product was the entire thing. Oh shit! It was for called Little Miss Nasty. It's pretty. Their stuff's insane. Have I seen your portfolio? Just a bunch of like attractive, sweet girls that just, it's like a burlesque, like rock and roll show. Nice. So they flew me down to Los Angeles and we filmed things they'll have on TVs and stuff while they're performing. Okay. For each song, they had different outfits and whatnot, and we filmed it. But I needed to put it all together. Okay. And it was like over an hour and a half, and I was getting so stressed out, and I was so just like, oh, it was like you weren't even. It turned out we finished it, and it looked awesome. And it was really cool, but just the process, battling me versus my computer, was what the only issue was. So I think in a way and now I do know that I can only handle so much. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if I had a supercomputer, it might have been different. Like there was, I think I only got one of the nights like 45 minutes of sleep, if you can call it that, because so okay, I tried exporting it and it'd get to like 90%, and I'm talking like 24 hours exporting this video because it was just so long, and I probably didn't have the right settings or whatever it was, and at like 99% it crashes, and it happened like 2 times, so that's like 2 full days of trying to export, change settings. I'm supposed to go out with Bless the Fall for 4 days, so I finally get it exported half or something like this. I get 45 minutes of sleep. And this is when I was living in Felton, so I'm like 45 minutes away. I get this half exported, and it's like 11 at night. Drive back here, so 40 minutes. I get like 45 minutes of sleep, and then I go to the airport and fly to Portland and start like a 4-day trip. And while I'm on that, I'm still dealing with exporting the video and stuff like this.
That's real.
So it turned out it was great working with them. Very nice people. Mark, who is the boyfriend of one of the main person or girls, amazing dude. I'm not in any way talking shit.
Yeah,
but like that's on my own battle with, it's basically my computer versus me, and my computer was kicking my ass.
And the client don't care about that.
No, but they was
empathetic.
They understood, and it was kind of like a shitty situation because it's like, it's done. You've seen it.
Yeah.
I just can't get it was so like we were going back and forth trying to figure things out, and like,
they needed it by a certain time because of an event was happening.
I mean, it wasn't like die hard,
but
like
it was
we
still
need
firm
it at this point, but like they wanted it at a certain time.
That's cool.
Okay, let's see here. Just making sure.
Yeah, how are we doing on time?
No, we're good. Sweet. I just wanted to make sure what she said, because I told her that I'm on a podcast right now with you. That's good that she got onto the Skype account. I was worried when I talked to Bo, it wasn't working. And I just had to, I think, go online or something and check it.
Then it comes.
But I was like, oh, shoot, he's in Canada. I wonder if it's like gonna mess, because like it's my number, I think, that it's using. Or I don't know, but it worked.
Skype seems to be doing okay. Didn't Microsoft buy them?
Right. It's Microsoft, yeah. Okay. It's all right. Because it's based off of the internet. There's sometimes where little words cut out, or like you hear like a little.
Why don't you use? Is it Zoom?
So for what I would need, I'd have to pay like $30 a month.
Oh, what do you need?
Well, there's I think it's like 15, and then there's the phone plan that's unlimited, and like.
But you could still do the record screen and all that. It's just the.
I could do it for like $15 a month, but it's limited storage, like or time that you can call. I think it's like 40 minutes.
So with Skype, it's
unlimited. I can record on Skype.
Within Skype, right? You don't need a second.
No, I literally make the call, and there's a button that says start audio recording. Yeah, and I can.
And the quality's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, I guess you're just doing the audio for the most part.
There's a few of them.
Video.
No, here. Yeah, that's another thing that I think also might help. I don't know. I'm not doing video conference call over Skype, so it's just audio.
Because those get kind of weird when you're watching people just talk.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna put that on YouTube. Like, when I start filming it, I want it.
I like that you're just focused on the audio too. And
for now, until I can eventually have something that looks decent. Like even if I just have like backdrop.
Totally.
So
that's sick, man.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's fun. Just getting better at it, day by day. Even just by listening to other.
Yeah, no, the fact that you're just doing 2 a week is like amazing. So
I didn't do one this last Wednesday.
What the fuck were you thinking?
But I have you today right now, and then I have one in an hour.
So forget about doing 2 a week. I'm doing 2 a day.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I'm just trying to make that the benchmark. Hey, try and at least do 2 a week.
Yeah.
If I do more, that's great.
Yeah, do as much as you can without.
Not trying to oversaturate it, because I don't want to like. Oh wow, he's just talking about blueberry muffins by Burberry like every
Honestly,
fucking week.
I can't wait to call back to that like 10 years from now. Either like I'm pitching it or you're pitching it.
I hope I see them online selling muffins and I sue them because they didn't.
No, you're not gonna sue them. They're gonna hire you.
No, it's okay. Yeah, they buy the idea from me.
Yeah, but then they hire you to be the creative director for all their next blueberry line.
I just need to design the commercial. I'll go make.
I think you could totally do
make
the
blueberry muffin, and I'll have to like custom make the wrapper.
And yeah, and then you could just Photoshop
burp. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Oh, dude, that'd be tight.
I think so too. There's so many like meme pages that, but like I like if it's your own. I follow more pages that are like artists who are creative graphic designers, and they do plays
on real things.
Yeah,
yeah. No,
so
those are always.
You can definitely have a separate account.
Those are always sick.
Fucks with those. That's dope, dude. So I have another question for you, because all your fans want to know. This is just like super generic, but like, what is like the biggest tour, or the best tour, like that you like? What's the one you're gonna tell the grandkids about if you never go on another tour again? And then we've already talked about this, like, but your dream tour afterwards. We're gonna manifest this destiny for you right now. Biggest or most significant?
That's hard to say.
You've never been asked this before?
I'm sure I have. It's just I mean, as far as like size wise, like that would be like either this last one I did or the In This Moment one, because it was all like arenas.
Okay.
Some were like pro sports, but more like like college hockey rinks or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, all of the Mice ones are big, but sometimes you play venues that are small. Dude, I don't know. That's a hard question. I mean, this last one I did was big. I mean, it was just Ghost and nothing more.
But that was one of those where you're like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, that's a hard question.
You answered it. You did well.
I kind of did.
I would say that my ones are like more significant because those are like your homies.
The homies,
village,
yeah.
Right? And
there was some big ones, but I think as far as like the bigger ones, as like the whole scheme of it, probably like when I was with In This Moment, because that was my first tour. There was 2 buses, the stage setup.
Yeah, it's just like the travel.
So I would say that
series.
one.
That's cool.
Maybe
lock it in this moment. And then what's your dream one? I already know the answer to this, but like
you do.
We talked about this when
was it Bring Me the Horizon?
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be tight, especially the direction that they're going.
Yeah, I think you guys would work
because their stage stuff is just insane. But I'd like to do like massive arena tour for like someone you hear on the radio. Like whether that's like like Justin Bieber or some shit. Like that'd be tight.
So you'd be cool to
hell yeah.
I think
Taylor Swift. What's up?
Yeah.
Or like
I don't know how I feel about Taylor Swift,
but
but like that. Yeah, and actually, you're not too many degrees away from Demi Lovato because she's like tight with all the emo night people and all that.
Literally just sang the national anthem at the Super Bowl.
I know, but she keeps it real, man.
No, I've heard she does, yeah. But like that caliber, I would say is like my dream. I mean, Bring Me, just because I've always liked their stuff and the direction they're going is just insanely sick.
Yeah.
But I'd say that within the realm of.
So that would be
music,
that'd
like
be a phone call you'd answer and get out of the garage.
Well, I know their managers and stuff, and I've asked them all the time, and they're always like, "We have someone." I'm like,
so it's just a matter of like, right.
Well, they have the
right
same
time.
management as of Mice.
Oh,
Raw Power.
Okay, that's cool. So it's just when
they just always
don't
have
have someone,
yeah.
It just happens you make that call, and then before you know it, you're that guy. Yeah. That's cool. That's a lot. That's like a lot of my friends who are musicians, or even ones that I read about, where they're like, they'll fill in for XYZ, and then now they end up like they're in the band, and it's
right. Yeah. So I don't know. It's Bring Me for that music, like the rock, metal, whatever you want to call them, and then like Justin Bieber, Demi Lovato, like that big national, shit.
Yeah. Are you going to the Weezer, Green Day, and
no,
Fall Out Boy show?
No fucking way.
I thought that's what you were gonna say.
No, and like everyone's hooting and hollering about My Chemical Romance and shit. Like I don't care.
Yeah, that was.
Like,
I
like some of their
generation.
songs, but that's like maybe I wasn't emo enough or something. Like
honestly, it was a certain type of kid who liked the My Chemical Romance. And
I'm not knocking it; they're great, but it just wasn't me.
But My Chemical Romance was like I was almost coming out of my emo phase, and I was already getting into like the heavier stuff, like Senses Fail, like not of my cement, but Under Oath, and then like the Chariot and like Norma Jean, and so it's like
that one was a big.
I didn't go the other way, like I think, but I had the CD and everything.
The tour I did with Crown the Empire, I was working for them, and then I ended up also working for them, but Under Oath. That tour was sick. It wasn't massive as far as like the venues and whatnot.
Is that when they broke up and came back, or like towards the end, or what?
This was
recently
at the start of their new album, the one with like the weird angel lady or whatever. Their newest record.
I've only seen like black and white and neon green.
It was the Erased. Yeah, it's their most recent one. Okay. So they had broken up and they came back like last year or the year before. Last year, I think. something like that. But it was just so big because I remember, listening to like Writing on the Walls and like their old stuff.
I saw them.
So it's like that. It just was really cool because I actually would watch them like most nights.
No, and they were a band that like got me. Like I wanted to scream because of them.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I'd say I saw them with Coheed and Cambria and like RX Bandits maybe or something at like the Fillmore. Like damn,
that's a good
back
venue.
in the day. So that's a trip. Yeah, it's cool to see bands coming and going. But yeah, the My Chemical Romance hype again. I think they're doing like I like their rollouts and like what they're doing about and talented and lead singer Gerard he does all kinds of shit like comic books and the Umbrella Academy. So it's like
I didn't know that.
I like seeing. Because I always thought you kind of just had to be a lead singer, and that was all you did, And then it's like, okay, you're just the band guy, or you're just the guy at the restaurant, or you're just, you just work at the nonprofit or whatever. So it's like, I like seeing well-rounded, like, frontmen, where they're not just the band guy. So there's more to them.
Okay, yeah.
So when I see another person being creative who used to be a frontman, like, even if it's just like, I see a lot of like my friends who are in bands like getting into real estate and doing stuff like that. It's like because we kind of we're bred a certain way and we're cut from like the same cloth where it's like we can be in the spotlight, we know how to market, we know how to talk, and we grew up with this, these tools. So it's kind of cool to see like when you can't be the band guy anymore, where do you end up? But I never thought I could come back to being the band guy. So I look forward to just being the band guy. So.
It's good to have all those different facets and help each other.
Yeah, it's like I wear so many hats, but now I'm just gonna be me, and then
the one hat, but that hat has many different.
You discover like, hey, well, come on down to the cantina.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Oh man.
But yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Have we covered everything, or like how do
you? Yeah,
well,
I mean, obviously, we'll put a clip of your
I want to do the clips,
whichever one you
so stay
choose.
tuned for
Obviously,
that. Fast
we're
forward
talking about it now,
something.
but it'll be somewhere here at the end here. That'd be sick. And then, I'll put links to Instagram and anything else that you like, the organizations that you work for, and the links.
Yeah, I'll send you that.
Any information, you'll just text me and I'll put it in there.
Yeah.
And,
so I'm maybe with this interview, I'm gonna come back to Instagram. I haven't posted in 2 years.
Oh yeah, come on! You got the band, y'all.
I'm trying to get more plays than Bo, dude.
Come on, let's go. All right, I'm for it.
Yeah. So you tell me when you see that pop. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I do. I want to drive traffic to my friends and my family, and I would just lift people up. Like if you need help with your small business or you're marketing anything, like I've lived many lives and I've learned a few different things in all the different industries. So yeah, I love what you're doing here with the podcasting. And
thank you, man.
Yeah, I need to come back and dust off.
We'll do another one for sure. Maybe after
where are they now?
Yeah, or maybe after the next EP comes out or something.
Yeah, maybe for that. And then you have to be on my podcast.
See, it's one of these things where it's like
stay tuned.
Not many people like to sit down and talk. I know that we are sitting here talking through mics, and if I didn't have it, we probably wouldn't go get coffee. Just because
we'd just be texting back and forth, but not like this.
But it's like I feel like this also forces people to sit down and talk, whether it's about the random shit we've been talking about or a specific point. I think it's nice to sit down and actually.
Yeah.
Of course, some of these are Skype. That's just because I don't live close.
We get what you're saying, Dan.
But it's nice.
You're on a roll.
I know. Whoa.
Danny talks. He listens.
I try.
This is the Toddcast.
Oh yeah. Dude, I've had to pee for so long.
You still have to pee? All right, well, let me just so
plug your plugs.
I am at The Real Robby B on all social channels.
Links in bio.
I'll never say that. The Pacific Resource Center is the nonprofit that I work for, very near and dear to my heart.
Link in the notes.
If you know anyone who needs help with groceries, shelter, housing, it costs a lot to live out here, so we can help. Even if you're not from Pacifica, you can still contact us, and we'll do a warm handoff to the version of us in that area. That's we get calls from like all over the country. I don't know if it's because of like I just know what I'm doing with like the website SEO kind of like stuff, but we get some calls from people all up and down trying to come to Pacifica to get services, and it's like, no, cool. stay in Portland. We got you. Cool. Keep an eye on there. I have a lot to share. I've been there for 3 years, and I haven't really posted publicly on my personal channels with that. So I want to share that. Also, the restaurant you brought up, and thank you for that, Dad. I love you, and you did such a good job on the restaurant. Our 6-year anniversary is next month, March 8th. So
I'll try and make it if I can.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a little like get together, and then
go.
also creating some content.
Yeah.
We might have like a shirt where we're gonna limited edition release,
Yeah,
and
I
then
want one.
donate to the
Yeah.
resource center. My friend, he owns cotton crustaceans, and he like draws like crazy freaking dinosaurs. So we might do a collab tee. Like I just want to create shit and help people. And then last but not least, Obsolete Man at Obsolete Man SF. That's the new band. I'm fucking back. Let's do it. Rock and roll.
So let's play the track.
Yeah, this is the track. So this is Violence off of A Short History of Decay. And it's the first single, might be the only single, who knows. But Danny was there and he caught a lot of footage from this. So I'm going to hound him to get some visuals out for this.
Yeah.
But just in case you don't have time to go on my YouTube channel or our YouTube channel, you can listen here. And if you like what you hear or if you don't, whatever. Just comment, like, and share, subscribe. Support Danny Todd.
Yeah,
he's a freaking American treasure. And I'm so happy and proud to be your friend, man.
You're a beautiful man.
Oh, and Two Pals podcast coming soon.
Oh shit!
A little quick little plug.
All right.
And you'll be on it soon too.
Yeah, dude. Please.
Cool. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you for coming.
Sorry, I'm not in a better band. But
all right.
Hopefully we'll be big soon.
Let's play this track. Yeah.
I don't sleep. I just dream.
Yeah.